Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Gitali and today I'll do a question answer video. So I posted a day in my life what was the name again? I'm sorry. A day in my student life, University of Leeds, a few months ago, and I got a lot of questions and a lot of DMs. So I thought I would sit down and answer the questions. And Merry Christmas. I'm pretty sure by the time I post this, it's like almost Christmas. I graduated a few days ago, so my parents were here, I was out with them, had fun, and I'm here. Didn't get the time to wash my hair, so it's oily. Therefore the pan, so please ignore that. Okay, sorry to come in the middle, though I was only talking, whatever. I forgot to say, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below, share this video, ask whatever you want, but please subscribe and follow me on Insta. Bye. My name is Gitali. I am from India, but me and my family, we moved to Hong Kong 7-8 years ago. So currently that's my home. I mean, India is my home, but yeah, Hong Kong is my home too. And I came here for my master's. What did I do in my master's? I did master's in advertising and design. So it's a combination of design, which is the creative part, and advertising, which is the strategical and the business part of a campaign. So these were also some questions which I answered already, so I'm going to ignore them. Now people ask me that they need scholarships, so can I recommend them some funding options? I'm unfortunately not really sure about these. I do know the uni offers some scholarships because my friends got some, but I applied really late, so all of them were closed. But you can apply for uni scholarships, or you can apply from scholarships directly from your country, so like third-party scholarships. So next question. There are a lot of people who ask that can I give them some idea about part-time jobs in Leeds for international students. So you do have a lot of part-time options. There are two types usually. One is wherein you work for a specific company or a place, and you go there thrice or 4 times a week or every day depending on you and the company, like you make the contract. You can have that as a cashier or a waiter, waitress, or a part-time worker in like all these places. Usually it's like restaurants, coffee bars, cafes, and all these places. The other one is shift jobs. So there are agencies like ARC, Rota, and these, and you sort of register yourself with them, and when they have some events, asking them to give the events and stuff, they will put in the request for you. Like they'll ask you, okay, these are the events available, do you want to work in any of these? And then you, according to your time, can choose. So for example, they can show me, oh, Tuesday and Friday we have a football match here and we need staff to help, direct people where to go and to serve beers, or be at the cashier, be the cashier and stuff. And then I can choose if I want to do it or not, like according to my time. So these are the two different types of jobs, but there are a lot of options. So yeah, you can work part-time, and there's no international limitation there, because with your visa you get a 20 hours permit, like 20 hours of work every week permit. So as long as it's within that, you can work. Okay, now there's a guy who's asking, I don't want to take names, so sorry for that. He's asking, I'm looking for study in Uni of Leeds, what admission team looking students, how to get into it. So if you just go on the website and find the course that you like, you can apply through that through the link itself. You don't really need to talk to any other team, but there are student unions and admission teams available, and the links are there on the website. I'll just link them in the description below for you to see, if that helps. And okay, so I'm gonna start my master's in Leeds coming October, which has already gone, I'm sorry. But the question was, could you please tell me best and cheap places to stay near Leeds? Near Leeds. Okay, so you can either choose student accommodation or your personal accommodation. The personal ones would be cheaper compared to the student ones, but good places. Okay, now the cheaper and the closest one would be Woodhouse or Hyde Park here, but they are not that safe compared to the other part of Leeds. Like you hear a lot of thieves and you know all these things going on there, murders you hear. So but then that place is 90% filled with students, so I don't know, it's like on you, but you can get pretty cheap places over there. Other than that, you have Headingley you can choose, or city centre. City centre is usually expensive, but Headingley and Woodhouse is cheap. Woodhouse is very close, but then you have a few safety issues. Headingley is far away, but then it's close. I mean, it's safe, very safe, so it's on you. Okay, so there are a lot of questions like, please let me know coming to London for Masters in Law will be fruitful or not. I can't really comment on that. Being very honest, finding jobs for international students here in UK is very hard, especially if you're into a creative career. It's still comparatively easier if you're into transportation, something that's sort of helping the city as in, you know, or the country in usual, or into medicine that's like helping people, or maybe engineering. Law is very known here, like this country for studies in terms of law is very known. I'm not really sure about the jobs, but generally it's pretty hard for international students to get jobs here. As in the openings are there, it's just the visa thing. You don't really get a lot of companies that sponsor visa, especially in my course. Like usually the graduate jobs don't pay you enough for you to like get the visa, and the ones that provide you visa needs at least 3-4 years of experience, so it's like a very bad combination. So how do you apply and what all do you need? So basically every course, if you go on the website, every course states what exactly they require from you, and it's different for each course, so I can't really say something in general, but there are a few things that you need. First is you need to do IELTS if you're coming from a country that's not considered an English speaking country. So you need IELTS, IELTS, whatever you call it. You need to give that test and provide the marks. Then you need the specific courses or bachelor's degree if you're doing masters, and certain results in your previous studies. What else do you require? They ask you for your bank statements or your parents, or like basically to show how you'll be, like you sort of fund yourself when you stay here. Other than this, the specific requirements change from course to course, so you have to go on the website and see, but everything is clearly available. Like they'll literally tell you point by point that these are the things that they require and all the steps. So if you have all the things, you apply, then they'll see if they like you or not. Sometimes they'll take an interview, sometimes not, and then they'll approve. Then they'll give you a statement, which is that they approve you, like you got the admission and now you can apply for the visa. Then you apply for the UK visa, you apply for your accommodation, and then you come to UK. It's a bit lengthy, like it's lengthy in terms of the process, but it's very clear. Like I didn't find any issue in understanding what they wanted, because it was very clear, like everything is written, it's all there in front of you. So the best thing would be to go on the website, search for your course and read. It has everything. So a lot of people are asking me what I study and how I apply. So I already mentioned what I study. It's advertising. I mean what I studied. It's advertising and design, and how I applied. So for my course, they needed a certain result from my bachelor's. And my bachelor's, then they needed a portfolio. So I showed my portfolio, like I submitted it. Then they needed IELTS. I did that. They needed bank statement. Recommendations, I'm sorry I didn't mention, you need recommendations from your teachers or employers, and that's pretty important. You need recommendations, at least 3. I think Leeds needed 2, I'm not sure, it's either 2 or 3, but it's safe to go with 3 just in case. So you need recommendations. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so do I live in hostel or private apartment, and did I previously know my flatmates? So I, for the year, lived in a student accommodation because I had a crazy story. I was almost about to go to New York for films, and I suddenly changed my course, and so I applied to Leeds in August, which was very, very late because the course starts in September, so I didn't really have any time to like even choose the house. So I just applied for student accommodation because they do everything for you, you know, like you just have to go, legit, pay and go. and they buy mattress, like utensils, everything for you. So I stayed in uni accommodation and it was amazing. And mine was mixed gender, so I had girls and guys both in my apartment. And no, you don't know the people you're gonna live with, but you have a lot of Facebook pages for each residence hall. So you can go on those pages and type, oh, I'm like gonna live in this apartment, this flat number. Is there anyone here who's gonna live with me? So through those pages, you can sort of find the people. Like I found two of my really, really, really nice friends, like friends I'll call like friends for life now. So I found them through those pages and WhatsApp groups, but you don't really know them previously. But it's okay, like come here openly and you'll be able to make friends. Leeds is a pretty good city. You have a lot of people, a lot of students, so everyone's coming from different areas, so they all are sort of scared in the same sense. So it's very nice. Yeah. Okay, so tell me about the life and expenses to live. Leeds, when compared to London and other cities, is cheap, but if you compare it to India, which I'm assuming most of these questions are from, is expensive. So in terms of my rent, I used to pay, I think, £420 a month, and I'll like write the conversion because it keeps on changing. So it was £420 a month for my rent, and I used to spend around £400 to £500 a month. But saying that, you can obviously spend less. Yeah, I think you can deal with £200 to £300 a month in terms of expenses if you cook every day at home, if you don't shop that much, don't go to parties or something, or even 200, like I think you can deal with that. So it really depends on how you live and what all do you like to do. And yeah, so for me it was usually £900 or £1,000 a month, including the rent and my expenses. And in terms of life here, Leeds very peaceful, it's very beautiful. It is slow, so if you're coming from metropolitan cities from around the world, India, Delhi, Mumbai, you're gonna feel very slow. But I enjoy, for the first 2 months I was like, oh my god, this is so slow, how am I gonna live here? But gradually I love it here. It's very peaceful, it gets dark early, everything closes at 5, it's annoying. That's annoying because you have a habit of going out later, but everything closes at 5:36, so that's a problem. But other than that, it's really nice. And then you can go to cities near Leeds, Manchester, York, Lake District, and all these places. But I feel for living a uni life, it's a pretty good city. It's apart from all those world problems, so you legit just study and enjoy, have fun, and the party life is amazing. Not better than Delhi and Hong Kong, I feel, but it's pretty nice. I mean, if you have a good set of friends, you'll enjoy. And Leeds has a pretty good Indian community, that's a question in terms of students. So, I'll sort of promote my friends' societies, they'll be happy. One is Indian Student Association, ISA, and the other is Vibes. So go follow them, they celebrate all the events and festivals that we do in India, that we have in India. And they have some amazing people, so you won't feel away from home. Okay, so is UK a bit hesitant in giving jobs to Indian nationalities and they prefer European people? No, it's not that. It's generally in UK, the getting a visa for international students is hard, and Europeans don't need visas, so it's just easier for them to get a job comparatively. That's the only thing. But if you have experience, and it's going to be easy for you, otherwise it's hard. And also it depends on the course you're doing and the industry that you're going into. So for me, for my industry, it's hard to get into, but for some it's comparatively easier. But generally it's hard for you to get a job if you are an international student and don't really have any experience. So UK has assignments only or assignments and exams. So we have both assignments and examinations. It depends on your course in terms of percentage. So mine was more creative, so we had more assignments and few exams. And then I only had one exam, but just one. And one of my friends, and few of my friends, they chose different modules in the same course, so they had more exams. So it just depends on what you do, but you do have both. You have assignments and exams, like you cannot not have any. If it's very creative, then you might not have any exam, but usually you have both. Okay, so do locals mix with Indians? Yeah, I mean, it just depends who you become friends with. There's nothing like, oh, I'll become friends only with like Britishers, or only with Africans, or only with Indians, or only with Europeans. It's nothing like that. Like, as long as your personality matches, you'll become friends with anyone. So it's on you how open you are. Like, generally it's easier for you to like sort of, you know, mingle up with people you're more comfortable with. But if you're a person who's open and like talks to everyone equally, you'll become friends with anyone you want. So yeah. Okay, can a vegetarian survive here? Yeah. So UK in general is very liberal, if I may say, in terms of food, as in like veganism is trending. So no matter where you go here, you'll find something that's vegetarian or vegan. So do you need experience for MBA? You do. I think you need like at least 4 to 5 years of experience to do MBA, and if you don't have that, then you can do Masters in Management, which is like a lower form of MBA, if that makes sense. And okay, so how much do you need to survive each month? As said, that depends on you. I used to get like 900 to 1,000 pounds a month, but I think you can reduce it to 500 or 600, or even like, I think 500 would be tough, but I think it's possible. Yeah. What else? What is Leeds accommodation like? It's like your home. Like, you just have an accommodation, you have a flat, you can do whatever you want, you have electricity, water, Wi-Fi. You can choose a same gender one or a mixed gender one. Like, you have your own room, so no one's in your room, but you have like a shareable dining area and like kitchen. So which course am I doing, and okay, there are 2 questions that's involved. One is like, what are the opportunities after my course, and which field will I go into, or I can go into, and then what's the yearly tuition fee. So I'm doing advertising and design, as I mentioned, so it's a fairly broad course. So I can go into anything that's creative, like copywriting, art direction, creative direction, and all that stuff, or into something more businessy, which is media planning, consumer behavior, sort of advertising planning, campaign strategy, global marketing, digital marketing. So yeah, I have a very vast sort of options. I have like a lot of options to go into. Specifically in terms of industry, it would be advertising industry for me, but to be honest, you can go in any industry. Like, you need to market yourself, otherwise you won't progress, you know. So you can go into any sort of those brands if they have an in-house advertising group, or I'm out of words, but yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, and that's about it. So you can go into all these. This course teaches you from how to sort of make a campaign in terms of making one in creativity, how to use theories and everything to strategize it, to make it more impactful, and how to execute it on different media channels, different target audience and everything. So you learn designing, advertising, marketing, consumer behavior, everything. It's a pretty good course. So what's my yearly tuition fee? When I did it, it was £22,500. I think now it's £23,000. They increase it by 500. And that's it. I have spoken about the money, I've spoken about the course, life here, part-time job, accommodation. So yeah, that's about it. If you have any other question, you can comment down below or follow me on Instagram and ask me there. I do some like question answer posts there, so I'll write down my Insta handle, follow, and I'll see you soon with my next video. I'm planning to post soon and more regularly, so hope to see you soon, and Merry Christmas and have an amazing year, amazing New Year, amazing life. See you soon. Bye. Also, if you're in India, I know a lot of stuff is going on there, so be safe and be human. Think, love, don't hate. So see you. Bye.